Nigerians are expected to seek out the best.
2 words to describe the activity.
The Yoruba Unity Forum is conducted.
Be the first to know. From the north, south, east, west, and around Africa.
Presidential
we break the news.
Women in Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live.
I wish you would.
As the news breaks. We are Core TV News.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime
Our
News.
24-hour news station.
Thanks for joining us still on Core Digest this morning. And of course, what we're discussing this morning is actually a fallout of what happened in the camp of the All Progressive Congress over the weekend. And some members in the APC are actually are not too happy with what happened after the election. Of course, with the emergence of Femi Gbajabiamila as the Speaker of the House of Representatives and Ahmed Lawan as the Senate President-elect by the party after the primaries. And of course, the groups who were not pleased with the election carried out have actually made their strong statement on what happened. And of course, for the emergence of Femi Gbajabiamila, we have members of the House of Representatives who were backing the candidate of Yakub Dogara, the speakership. For the speakership, have dismissed the process that led to the emergence of House of Minority Leader Femi Gbajabiamila as the consensus candidate. Briefly, newsmen on Sunday in Abuja, spokesman for the group Abdulmumini Jibrin said it was fraudulent to inform the public that an election was held and Gbajabiamila got 154 votes while Yakub Dogara had 3 votes. Representative Jibrin said the mock election was a mockery of democracy because Dogara's supporters walked out of the venue even before the process began. The lawmaker insisted that members of the 8th Consolidation Group did not partake in the election and have consequently rejected the outcome. Now, same for the Senate presidency election that held, of course, the party primaries in APC. And of course, we have the Saraki group saying they are not pleased with the outcome of the election. And we have APC senators-elect backing the aspiration of Bukola Saraki, have however rejected the outcome of the mock election conducted by the party leaders. They explained in a statement jointly signed by Dino Malaye and Sani Yerima that they decided to boycott the process because APC leaders insist on open ballot system as opposed to the open secret used for the House of Representatives. The group, which tagged themselves Senators of Like Minds, maintained that they had resolved to wait till Tuesday to pick the Senate president of their choice. They also urged that they have 65 senators elect across party line in their ranks and would prove their strength on election day. That's another strong word from supporters of Bukola Saraki, who was saying that they are not taking what the Saturday election produced. And now the party leadership is responding to these aggrieved parties who are not pleased with what happened on Saturday. And we have the whole Progressives Congress, APC, is reaching out to all its members in the incoming 8th National Assembly who may be aggrieved after the emergence of the party's official candidate on Saturday. The party said in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday by its National Secretary, Mai Malabuni, that it is natural for members to be disappointed by the outcome of the straw poll that was conducted to select the party's official candidates for the post of Senate President and House of Representatives. The APC explained that its role in the entire business of ensuring a common front within the party ahead of Tuesday's election is that of a honest broker, saying its goal of ensuring that the party does not go into the election with more than one candidate for each post has now been achieved. The party appealed to all aggrieved members to shelve their swords and allow peace to reign in the overall interest of not just the party but the entire nation. Wow, that's the word from the party leadership of the All Progressives Congress. But of course, I don't think these candidates are really happy, or if they are eventually going to listen to what the party at the center is saying to them, that they should allow the interests of the nation override their personal interest. And of course, because the party has to choose a candidate, they should just come together and ensure that they support whoever the party has chosen or whoever emerged at the Saturday election. But one boggling question is, these members are saying that why will there be an election if their group supposedly walked out of the process? So they're saying that it was not a cumulative of every member that ought to vote, and so they don't want the party to take such decision with them being aggrieved. And while Bukola Saraki is saying that Tuesday election is actually what he considers as an election. And this morning we are discussing APC, internal wranglings, too soon. Of course, this is coming just after the party just won the general election. And of course, the party in the governing party, as they would say, because they don't regard themselves as the ruling party, the governing party. So for the governing party to be having this internal wranglings, one would wonder, why is it coming this time around? Is it too soon? And to discuss this topic this morning, I'm joined with a public affairs analyst, ADEYEMI, AROMOLARAN, expressing with us as Nigerians who are really asking a lot of questions on the recent developments in the camp of the All Progressive Congress. But before ADEYEMI AROMOLARAN does justice to this, let's just see the package. Of course, let's see what really transpired on Saturday, where the All Progressive Congress Party on Sunday pulled through its plan for a consensus candidate for the position of Senate President with the adoption of Ahmed Lawan. The mock election, however, had only 35 out of 59 APC senators electing attendance, because a large chunk of the incoming senators backing Bukola Saraki for the post boycotted the process. At the end of the vote, the Yobe North senators secured 33 out of 35 votes, while George Akume emerged as Deputy Senate President designate. Correspondent Elin Okpara Chukwumweke witnessed the late-night process at the International Conference Center, and our report is presented from our studios. So let's see what really happened on Saturday/Sunday.
The meeting earlier scheduled for 8 p.m. could not begin until late into the night. But surprisingly, only 35 out of 59 APC senators-elect showed up for the party summons. Conspicuous in their absence were the other contender for the seat, Bukola Saraki, and key leaders of what is now known as the like-minded senators. Thereafter, the party's leadership engaged them in a closed-door meeting, apparently to smoothen some rough edges of their persuasion for the members to depict a common voice. Chairman of the party, John Oyegun, after calling in the media, outlined the pattern of the election and nominations began.
Transparency will be our watchword. Apparently, some of us still have some difficulties adjusting to this reality. But as time goes on, like our candidate said, as time goes on, this spirit of change must begin to percolate in every single thing that we do.
Senator Lawan's nomination was seconded by Senators Oluremi Tinubu and Robert Boroface, while Shehu Sani nominated Senator George Akume for Deputy Senate President. Given that there was no counter nominations, voting then commenced in an open ballot system, with counting and results done immediately.
Senator Abdullahi Adamu. 1, 2, 3, 4.
After having satisfied that Senator Dr. Ahmed Lawan has fulfilled all requirements of the party and has scored highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared as the sole candidate of the All Progressive Congress.
At the end, Lawan, the sole candidate, polled 33 votes to emerge Senate President designate. Judge Akume secured 31 for Deputy Senate President. Ironically, Senator Ahmed Abubakar's votes for the two candidates were voided, having voted for nobody. APC's choice for the Senate presidency then proceeded to make an acceptance, promising to reach out to PDP senators.
I want to assure Nigerians that the legislature, the federal legislature, the Senate and the House, as chairman of the National Assembly, if I become the Senate President, from Tuesday, by the grace of God, will be a legislature that is for Nigerians.
APC leaders have scaled the first stage and may have guaranteed 33 votes for Lawan, but there are 76 more at stake in the 109 seat chamber. Analysts and political watchers say there is still a lot more work to be done between now and Tuesday to win over the Saraki group.
APC internal wranglings. Too soon? Adeyemi, the division in the camp of the APC. What are your comments?
Thank you very much. You see, the first thing I want to make clear to everybody is that we should understand the composition of APC. APC is a conglomeration of politicians of strange minds and discipline. It was circumstances of the time during the election that brought them together. Not that they actually have the similar thinking, similar characteristics and behavior. They lack a similar background. So what is happening is not too surprising to anybody that is right thinking in the political analysis of the goings in the country. So what we just feel is that the APC needs to be very much careful. And if you look at it, the party is not actually in the total grip of the members in the both houses, the elected members of the both houses, the rep and the senates. You look at the invitation, the attendance at the caucus meeting of the party, out of about 300 and I think I have 213 APC reps member. Only 161 or 183 were in attendance. So it tells you that a large number didn't turn up for that meeting, which should make the leadership of the party should be very careful.
Okay, do you really think there should be any party interference as to who emerges the candidate for the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Representatives?
Oh, it's a normal thing. It's a normal practice. There should be party control. Because each one of them won the ticket on the platform of the party, not as individual. On the ballot papers that brought them to the houses, their respective houses, it was the party that people, Nigerians, voted for.
But if the population of the party membership is rated at 0.5% of the entire population of Nigerians who voted for them, who should their loyalty really be to? The party or the electorate?
The electorate gave the party their confidence, and the party presented them as candidates.
So not the individuals, now the party should take the loyalty?
Yes, because at the end of the day, it is the party that will be adjudged, passed or failed. You see, there should be party discipline. Don't let us overlook that fact. There should be party discipline. It is when an individual can abide by party discipline that you can now talk of individual by abiding by the house conduct. So there should be party discipline first. The party should come out and try to put her house in order. Where the party fails to put her house in order, then individual will start misbehaving. Then you can now talk of individual personal interest and personal agenda setting in.
If electorates have the power to, of course, say they are no longer interested in representative they appointed to represent them in the House, yes, where comes the party in this picture?
You see, in that process also, the electorate will have to write to that party that this your candidate is not performing, and as a result, we may have to commence recall of these persons. So you see, everything is a matter of the party, the electorate voted for this party. And if you have problem with that candidate, you will write to the party in your constituency, complaining about the performance of the candidates. Then the party, it bestows on the party to now call their own candidates, their member to order. So there is no individualism in this matter. As a party, a rep elects. As a senator elects, you submit yourself to the party discipline. In a situation of trying to elect the leadership of the houses, respective houses, market yourself very well. Then the party can come in that we want to forge a common front. And as a result of that, we are going to organize our in-house democratic process of that picking a sole representative of the party at the larger assembly. So an individual in the party should not be relying on the support of the other party members. Should have his confidence if he knows that he's a worthy representative of that party, should rely in the party caucus.
But the election that held on Saturday, do you see it as very fair to parties who walked out of the room even before the election started?
Yes, you see, I wasn't there, but what I know is that you should submit yourself. Walking out of any process of such nature is not the best way to protest your objection. If you feel you are very much popular among your colleagues, then stay and submit yourself. What they have done is similar to a party coming out after general election saying they have a protest against it, or when it is a few days to general election, now saying, no, we will not participate, and you expect the result of the election, outcome of the election to be overturned. It's not done anywhere in a very civilized setting.
Okay, if you say the party's the party had actually had a responsibility to pick its members to represent,
to organize their members, yes, and come up with a sole candidate.
With a sole candidate. Yes. Now let's take a flashback to what happened 4 years ago.
Beautiful.
In the House.
Exactly.
You know, APC is actually a merger of the then ACN and other parties. And ACN is actually very strong. It has a very strong large base in the current APC.
Yes.
What happened 4 years ago when even the ACN supported Tambuwa's candidature, even when it was in the PDP, where PDP wanted it to be zoned regionally?
Beautiful.
What can you say to that?
That is what I'm saying, why I said, look, APC needs to be very careful now. Because a number of factors is working against them now. And they have to also borrow from the experience of 4 years ago, how Tambuwa emerged. APC wants to come up with a candidate. PDP can form alliance with other minority parties in the House, and they also present a candidate. So that is why it is very important for either party to come up with two candidates. PDP will not come up with two candidates. So APC must not come up with two candidates so as to be in control of the House. So what the party leadership is doing is in order. Likewise, we see PDP doing the same. They will be doing the same in their own corner, trying to come up with a candidate despite their minority status. Because at the end of the day, they might be able to form alliance with other parties. So, you see, in the real sense, in the sense of objectivity, we look at it, what APC leadership has done is not bad.
Where lies their consistency in this matter?
Oh, good. If you talk about consistencies, they started it from the choice of their presidential candidates, which brought about the emergence of Muhammad Buhari. They did similar thing in their party, where they brought out Buhari. And they also did it at their respective states for the governorship candidates. So why will the senators and the honorable members of the House of Rep will be saying no now?
Are you saying Saraki is not legitimate with his claim?
Oh no, let us be fair. If you read the stories very well, his group demanded for the postponement of the caucus nomination exercise up to 3 times. If he knows, you see, this thing is not by being struggling with. You cannot be depending on members of another party to emerge as your party representative in a setting like that. Saraki should not depend on the PDP members, senators. He should first of all derive his own strength and honor from APC senators. It is when the majority of APC senators in his own party have accepted him that he can now say, look, I want to lobby the PDP. If you don't have a good popularity and acceptability within your home party, how do you take confidence in another? Do you want to represent that party or that party? In fairness, each of the parties will have their candidates. If PDP should emerge, then that would be the beginning of problem, which is what it was for PDP when APC largely voted for Tambua against the PDP party's wish. And that is what is about repeating itself if it is not properly handled.
But don't you think the National Assembly has its right to vote or whoever they want to represent them? Is it impossible for Saraki and Ahmed Lawan to present themselves and let the National Assembly decide who they really want?
Oh no, we are getting it wrong. We are getting it confused. What party has done is just to come up with their candidates. They have not actually come up with speaker for the House of Assembly in Nigeria. Federal
Senate President.
Yeah, exactly. Likewise for the Senate. They have only come out with their own candidates, APC speakership candidates and APC Senate President candidates, which would now be subjected to the constitutional process of the election of these leadership positions in the House. So APC is trying, what the leadership of APC is trying to do is, let us forge a common front to go into that House on Tuesday, so that we will not have 2 candidates presented. So the allegations that they are being deprived of the constitutional right of electing their own leadership is wrong, is baseless. Nobody says come Tuesday they will not vote. Other party members will have, other party senators will have choice to make.
If we're going to create a mental picture, of course you made claim to the primaries that the APC had for the presidential election.
And the governorship as
well.
And others, the ones that brought them there.
Yes. Now, if members of a primary election are saying that the primary was not held just to...
was not fair to them.
Yeah. At the primaries level, are they wrong to present their grievances? Shouldn't there be, what should the party be doing at this time? Or does the party have the right to force a candidate on the body of the party before it's presented in the National Assembly or the House of Representatives?
What we're saying is it is a common practice after a democratic process of electing a representative. There will be dissent voices of expressing dissatisfaction. So it is not a strange occurrence that some people are coming up and saying, we are not pleased, we are not satisfied. But the party, that is where you see you test the party's strength to be able to calm the aggrieved members and let them understand that the process went through proper democratic ones. It wasn't the party leadership that elected. You heard the party chairman said, we are giving you the opportunity to elect who you preferred among yourselves to lead you.
But they were not part of the election.
Who?
Saraki, the senator likes Mind and
yes,
the
they like
Dogari group who walked out. They were not part of the...
You said Dogari walked out when the process was about commencing. How many of them walked out? Just 18. 18 House of Rep members walked out. And the news from the press said some of them returned. They returned back to the House to negotiate for deputy speakership, where they were told it was already too late. It was just about personal interest. But they should have played their game neatly, Realizing the fact at a point you know when your candidate cannot emerge, you tell your candidate, go for the deputy. Know that when the process was set, you had been part of the process from the beginning. When it was time to kick off, to be kick-started, you walked out.
Did you see the jostle for power take this shape before, of course, with the emergence of APC as the ruling party or governing party, as they would say? Did you see the jostle for power take this shape as it is?
You see, what happened is the struggling for power is a every politician will struggle for it. Every politician that knows is a merit seat, he qualifies for it. If you look at Judge Akume, he was much interested. At a point, he was pacified by the party caucus. That is submitting yourselves. As a politician, you must always be willing to submit yourself to the supremacy of the party leadership and discipline. Where you feel as an individual you are more than the party discipline and leadership, then you should be able to prove it. The politicians of like
prove it how?
By showing your popularity. It's a test of popularity. Politics is a test of popularity. You want to tell them that I'm more than the discipline guidelines you have set up, then go prove to them that you are more popular than all of them put together. You getting it? Where you feel you are still an individual in that party, you must respect the party, lay down guidelines, principles, and discipline. So Saraki should just take it easy.
If this is allowed to continue, what would be the implication on the party?
The Tambwa experience might be repeated at both Senate and the House of Rep. Because from the statistics of what happened in the APC reps meeting, 183 members of APC out of the 213 attended that meeting, which left out a very good margin. And if that is the case, 154 elected Gbajabiamila, and the total number of the members of the House of Rep is 360. So they have 206 other reps member to contest. 154 are decided. What of if 200, the remaining out of the remaining 206, decided to go that way? So APC needs to be very careful. But at any rate, as the governance goes on, we know APC certainly because of their structure. Politicians of strange characters, strange like minds, strange minds, strange discipline, strange purpose are the ones that formed.
Do you see any last-minute defection from the APC?
Yes, not now, not now. The defection will not be now, but defection will surely come to strengthen PDP. Some people joined, they were losing out in PDP then, so they joined APC. When they realized at the end of the distribution of their appointment political offices, and they realized they were not properly taken care of, they would rather go and constitute an opposition.
Okay.
Where they will be celebrated in PDP and be given positions.
Okay, so you feel it's not too late for them to move over to the other party at this time?
No, it's too early at this moment to cross over. It is too early as at now. But with time, as time goes on, you will see some of the APC members crossing back to where they actually came from.
So you're saying the crisis is to the advantage of the People's Democratic Party?
Oh, sure, very much. The PDP will be happy if they have means to make sure that the crisis deepens. They will try to do it.
All right. Now, the candidates who are aggrieved are saying that the party at the center is not being sincere. Probably they're accusing the party of being one-sided.
Sure.
What do you see to this accusation?
What I'm saying is that it is expected, is a common thing. The leadership of the party, they are human beings. They will have preferred candidates. But for them, having been able to move a step ahead to democratize the process of narrowing down on one, we give them a plus. It's not that the leadership sat somewhere and said this is. It could have been a different ball game if they had said, okay, those of you indicated interest, come and meet with the leadership of the party. And at the end of the meeting, they will say they came up with this person. Then vast majority of the members will have said, no, we won't take that. But they said, look, you are the ones that will elect your preferred representative.
Who should the loyalty of a speaker or a Senate president be, the party or the electorate?
It is the party. It is the party manifesto that made you and I to accept the party.
So can we say that because the party made the president, Muhammad Buhari, the president of Nigeria, you should be loyal to the party at the expense of Nigerians?
Oh, no, don't let us use the word at the expense of Nigeria. The party rolled out a manifesto. They promised us they will put the electricity in place, they will create jobs, they will do wipe away corruption, put our education system right, and they promise and a host of other things. And we say, oh, this party. Yes, we looked at the personality of the presidential candidates. You did not vote, I did not vote when they were electing their candidates at their party primary. But when they came up with that candidate, we all accepted the candidates.
Nigerians accepted him with their votes.
That's what I'm saying. We accepted the candidates along with the party.
Comparing the population of the entire Nigerians with the population of the party primary elections, who should the strength really be on? Who should this sway to? The electorate or the party now?
No, you see, what happened is we are not doing individual political party system. You cannot, as an individual, come out and say, I want to contest election. You will go and contest election under the banner of a party. The electorate will look at the party manifesto to decide whether to support party A or party B. So the massive electorate in the country chose APC. And all the candidates, we have situations where people voted for candidates they never had contact with, they never listened to before, just because it is APC. We know this is a setting, and Nigeria is, the level of illiteracy, political illiteracy is so high that people will get to the polling booth, just go there and vote for APC, vote for PDP. Who is the candidate for PDP? I don't know. Who is that candidate for APC? I don't know. Are you getting what I'm saying? So people voted for the party based on their manifesto, which they have rolled out to the people. So the loyalty, just like you said, the loyalty will be for the party, but we expect that their representative will do that which will promote the image, the good image of the party.
Okay, well, before I go to my next question, or to those watching us right now, our phone lines are actually open. And of course, your contribution on this topic is very important, as you are held in high esteem as contributors on this program. So do well to dial the number showing on your screen, and we'll take your calls right here in the studio. Now, Adeyemi, before we go on this break, what do you make of the president's speech, which says, I am for everybody and not for nobody? So what do you make of that?
Yes, it is a political statement. It is good in its utterance, pronunciation. Yes, it's for everybody, not for somebody.
Do you connote him saying it's not for the political party, but for everybody, the whole of Nigerians?
Have you forgotten? Let me pray. I will answer your question, which is with another question. Have you forgotten? Are you saying he wrote the speech himself?
He read the speech, so
he
he's taking personality.
No. You see,
his
anywhere
personality
in the world
is in the speech.
Yes, anywhere. That is where the party comes in, as we are saying. The party will have nominated somebody. or a group of persons that will be writing the speeches.
Are you saying our president is a figurehead?
No. Doesn't have the time. That is what we meant. Somebody who would not even have time to sleep for 8 hours in a day. How do you expect him to create time to be writing speeches? It's everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. They have to prepare your speech, because if they don't prepare the speech, you have to read out of context. So what happened is that it is political. Allegiance will still be to your party, except you want to disintegrate the party.
So the speech is deceptive. Is that what you're saying?
No. That's not what it means. He's a human being. He is still for his party, but he's trying to tell you, please, I want to open up to you. You are welcome. It is expected to be said. I'm for everybody. I'm not for somebody. I'm not for somebody. I'm not for one person. I'm not for two persons. I'm for all. But certainly as a human being, when he's doing his appointment, he will not close his eyes to do appointments.
All right, thank you, ADEYEMI. Let's take this quick break for commercial, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion on the topic for today, APC, internal wranglings. Too soon? Join us after the break, please.
It is often said that the future belongs to those who are inspired to dream. Dreams of a future where you're more than able to move the entire world.
Mom, one day I'm gonna be a superstar performer.
Yes, one day.
Rich and creamy peak, extra fortified with 28 vitamins and minerals. Here's to 60 years of nourishing dreams and inspiring the future. The future is bright. Reach for your peak.
Nigerians are expected to seek out the best.
2 words to describe the activity.
The Yoruba Unity Forum is conducted.
Be the first to know from the north, south, east, west, and around Africa.
Presidential
we break the news.
Women in Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live.
I wish you would
as the news spreads. We are Core TV News.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime
News, a 24-hour news station